So hello to all of you who've already subscribed and all of those who are probably going to. It's my second blog. There's a couple of things on it that I thought that I needed to tell everybody about, like basically my crash spot. So what happened was I was coming around this turn right here. I was leaning my bike, but I wasn't counter steering and just going a little bit too fast, set it up, came around the corner, hit it like right here on the curb, laid it down to the left, and I slid all the way down to where my bike is. It was pretty bad. Got a couple of cuts up and down on my body, but who knew a motorcyclist would be exercising? Not me. Sexy. So yeah, I think the other day, I left a couple of things out on my motovlog. Like basically talking to you guys about the features of my bike. I kind of left it. Alright. But yeah, I left a couple of things out and like didn't tell you any of the features. A couple of things about my bike is like how I have raised handlebars. I don't know. You see that? They're like about a 3-inch raise. So basically I'm not all hunched over my bike like most sports bike riders are. That's one key feature that I kind of really like about my bike. Because not a lot of people are actually comfortable on a sports bike. They want the speed of it, but they're not comfortable with it. One of the other things is I have a lower peg stand. So my feet are actually so much lower on the stand versus like another regular sports bike. Let me go ahead and move my arm, see if I can get you a better sight of that. But yeah, pretty nifty part about that. So I'm not all nut crunched up on my bike and like really hunched over, and I kind of really like that about it. Let's see, like another one that I like about my bike is the fact that it still has the CBR seat to it. So it's really like contoured and like molded downwards. So you sit on it and you're like very comfortable. Your legs aren't over pressured on the insides from where the seats kind of widened out around the body. It has really like a seating style of a dirt bike, and I really like that. It sits like a dirt bike because I'm very comfortable, and I can actually see upright and not worry about cars stopping in front of me or anything like that. So another cool thing that I actually like about my bike is the size of the engine. So it's basically a 500. I've told you guys that when I was describing my bike and giving you a little bit of features over it. But basically it has a 2-cylinder liquid cooled. Can't forget that, the liquid cooled. That's so important about it because I can't overheat that fast, you know, because pushing out so much power. But it's liquid cooled and has a good top speed. I mean, I do 120 maxing it out, and that's like with a backpack on and everything because I'm coming home from work. But it's good. Yeah, so it's actually like a really good engine size and everything. If you ask me, it's like actually riding a dirt bike. I think I've said that so many times that I can't basically describe it. I can't describe it any more than how I am. Very comfortable. Let's see, another thing that I actually like about it, and this is actually a big key portion of it, is the fact that it's not a crotch rocket. So don't be looking at my page thinking I'm driving a fucking crotch rocket, because I'm not. I'm driving what's known as a sport touring bike. So, like, what's a sport touring bike? Let me give you a little key in on that real fast. The sport touring bike is something that looks like a crotch rocket, but rides and drives like a cruiser, you know? So I'm very comfortable, but I have like this high acceleration, like a sports bike, and I can go and hit every twisties and turns just like a sports bike and be very fast and agile within it. So yeah, that's a couple of things about my bike that I thought I'd notify you guys about. And honestly, this motovlog is going to be a twofer. So after this slide, I'll tell you why it's going to be a twofer. So this one is going to be a twofer because there's another topic that someone has already brought to my attention. It was one of my friends that actually saw my page and was like, oh my God, you already started it. So one of the things they had to say about it was my lane splitting. Some people think that it was very aggressive, but I didn't see it that way. So I'm going to basically talk to you about the pros and cons of lane splitting. So my pros and cons of lane splitting is that it gets me away from traffic. When I lane split, I do it because I don't want a car to come on my ass and slam me. I mean, that's a very big fear for people who drive bikes. I also don't want to be behind a slow car because my motorcycle is a fast accelerator. And I know that other one's pretty close, but it's fun. Some of the cons to it, though. If you're actually, like, in between the cars and the cars are starting to move, think about this. Don't be going too fast, because if you're going too fast, you can honestly, like, some car can maneuver over and end up smashing into your side. And if they smash into your side, you're kind of hurt there, you know? I mean, anything can happen when you're motovlogging, when you're driving your motorcycle. And I mean, if you live in a state like California to where you can actually lane split, and as long as you're doing it safely, I mean, there's not really a problem with it. Everybody here is used to it. But yeah, a car can come to your side, hit you, you'll drop your bike, and I mean, no one wants to lose their bike. So you got to be very, very cautious of everything that goes on. God damn lights. So I think a better way to explain a con for driving your motorcycle and lane splitting and all that is just imagine you being on the freeway right now. Traffic's doing like a good 20 miles per hour, and you're like, well, fuck, I'm not sitting behind this. Basically, what you would do is you would start splitting the lane. Now, you got to remember that there is traffic now on both sides of you as you're splitting the lane, and anything can happen. I mean, everybody's weaving, like, being very defensive and trying to avoid accidents in themselves. So, now, if the car that you're splitting the lane next to decides that they're going to avoid the accident in front of them, and they end up, you know, like doing this little maneuver where they're, oh, I'm gonna go that way, and you're in that, like, center of the lane. Well, guess what they just did? They just came over in front of you. Now, think about this. My bike doesn't have ABS. I mean, sometimes I wish it did. But if I press the brakes wrong or hard and overpress them in a situation like that, my bike's going to slide out from underneath me. It's going to be very dangerous. Other than that, if I don't even press the brakes, I'm going straight into the side of their car. So it's a very, very dangerous situation to be putting yourself in. But I mean, I'm still going to do it. If you don't like it, you can bring it up on my page. But like I said in my first video, you can talk your crap and do all of that, and it's not going to bother me. I'm not going to sit there and be one to talk crap. But I'm not going to sit there and talk crap to you. You can talk crap to me. I'll see it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's on my page, so I'll see it. I'm just not going to respond to it because I'm not going to cause arguments on my page. That's just not who I'm about. But yeah, let me go ahead and basically sign you guys off. So if you like my channel and you like things I do, go ahead, hit the like button, go ahead and slam the hell out of your computer just to hit that subscribe button. But don't break it, don't break it. But yeah, like and bike, signing off the tube.